we're just starting, this journey together, and proud of what we've done. Man, our fan base is passionate, cares. They're prideful, just like our players are. Tonight was a showcase of what Ball Nation is really all about. You come down, make a turn towards Gate 21, man, and it was as deep as you could see when you get down there during the ball walk, man. It was phenomenal, the atmosphere that was created. And for, 4.5, 5 hours inside of that stadium, man, it was absolutely electric. Our fans showed out in a great way. I'm going to be honest, man, that's why I wanted to be here, because I believe in the power of the T. I believe in this university, believe in this athletic department, and I believe in this fan base, man. And tonight was a great showcase of that.
David?
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and I know a lot of people in the media today are going to be talking about the events that took place at the end of that game against Ole Miss on Saturday. I'm not going to talk about that. We're putting it behind us. We talked about it in the live post-game show. Indy Kid kind of touched on it yesterday. I'm going to focus on something different and something that's honestly more important for this football team moving forward, and that is, what is the status of Hendon Hooker? We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. As always, guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, we're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy what we do, go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live, when we drop new content. We will be live, as we are every single Tuesday night, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope you'll tune in for that. And also, typically I do the scouting reports for Tennessee's opponent on Monday. Got something special cooking up for that. Try to get it posted tonight. It may go up early tomorrow morning, but I hope you'll tune in. But let's get into it. Let's talk about Hendon Hooker and his status and what this football team looks like going forward. This is an article from Matt Ray from SI.com. Josh Heupel provides update on Hendon Hooker, Cade Mays injuries. I would use update likely, but this is just kind of a launching point for us to talk about. I'm not going to go in depth with the whole article, but right here it says, with games like this typically comes injury, and this game featured more than its fair share of players getting helped off the field. In fact, there may not be a game that has more injured players down on the field this season. While Tennessee fans believe, come on, give me a break, Matt Ray. Tennessee fans believe that Ole Miss injuries were more of a strategy from Lane Kiffin. Two injuries that were clear and evident were detrimental to the Vols. We'll get into that in a second. I am going to make a comment about this. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And what's embarrassing is for any member of the media, any member of the Ole Miss fan base to sit and try to pretend that Ole Miss was not faking injuries. Give me a break. Some of the comments I've seen, some of the reactions on Twitter. Well, how do you know it's a violent game? Yeah, I do know. And I also have common sense. And I can watch a guy flop down on the field, let the defense get set, come back in a play later, perfectly fine. I'm not an idiot. Neither are you. Let's stop pretending that Ole Miss wasn't faking injuries to slow down the tempo. Let's use a little common sense, my friends. Let's get into it here. Early in the contest, Cade Mays went down on the field writhing in pain with an apparent right leg injury, and he did not return, although he did leave the bench to ride an exercise bike at one point. Following the game, Josh Heupel had this to say on Cade Mays. Says, don't know on Cade yet, moving around in the locker room tonight. He's really disappointed as somebody that's grown up here. He said, been to a lot of football games inside Neyland Stadium, said it's the most energy and juicy atmosphere he has ever seen, and really disappointed that he only got 3 plays. I would assume that he's going to be ready for the next one. I like that. I like hearing that. I like the fact that Cade Mays was on the exercise bike and moving around throughout the course of the game. You know, obviously going into this, we thought Cooper Mays was going to be given the go-ahead, didn't play at all. And we saw the struggles on the offensive line. We've seen struggles all year on the offensive line. I think Hendon Hooker was sacked 4 times in the first half. Tennessee's offensive line has been destroyed with injuries. I mean, I think you had one legitimate starter out there, and they're still competing. They're still fighting. They still had a chance to win that football game late. So Tennessee definitely going to need Cade Mays back moving forward throughout this schedule. But this is the one I really want to get into. Elsewhere, with just seconds left in the game, Tennessee lost Hendon Hooker on a scramble where he was tackled from behind while trying to get down. Hooker stayed on the field after trying to get up, but not being able to bear weight on his right leg. Heupel said no update on Hendon at this point. Too early. We'll find out as the weekend unfolds. What concerns me is he didn't put any weight. Absolutely zero weight put on that leg as he left the field. Doctors came out, kind of gave the knee test, moving it around. Rumors, message board rumors, and take it for what it's worth. You know, everybody has an opinion. Everybody claims to have an inside source. But the message board rumors at this point is that Hendon Hooker is out for the year. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know that we're going to, we probably won't know when Josh Heupel meets with the media. Maybe we will. He came out and talked about Juwan Mitchell being out for the year. Otherwise, he's pretty secretive when it comes to injuries. But if Hendon Hooker is out for the year, where does Tennessee go? Where do they turn to? We saw Joe Milton come into the game. The article here says after Hooker left, Tennessee had 4 plays remaining and turned to Joe Milton, who got the balls down inside the 20-yard line before making one of the most perplexing decisions to run the ball out of bounds with no time on the clock. Heupel says in regards to that, I think everybody here would say the same thing. Say you want to put the ball in the end zone and give yourself a chance. It's no secret. At the beginning of the year, I was all Joe Milton. I wanted to see what Joe Milton could do, and that's not for me. It's not like I'm sitting at practice, taking in the reps, seeing what happens. I choose to listen to certain people that have certain opinions. I trust and value those opinions, and I felt like Joe Milton was going to be the guy. We've seen early in the year that he was not able to connect, and a lot of people like to rip on Joe Milton, make jokes about Joe Milton, think it's all fun and games. When a kid is out there and he's giving his all, when he is competing, I will be critical on this channel. We try to keep it real. We try to give our opinions. Something I cannot tolerate is lack of effort. And Joe Milton, I think not only did he lose me, which I was ready to move on. I've stated it multiple times. Some people listen, some people choose to ignore when I say that. In that Pitt game, I was ready to move on to Hendon Hooker, and Hendon Hooker has earned his spot as QB1. There's a reason that we haven't really been talking about the quarterback position over the last few weeks, because Hendon Hooker has been out there competing. He won the job. Not only did he win it, but he's at the top of the SEC. He's at the top of national rankings when it comes to quarterback rating. Hendon Hooker, this team belongs to him. So this conversation is only because what if Hendon Hooker can't go? Where do you turn? But Joe Milton, he lost me. It's lack of effort. If he's out there overthrowing guys, but he's trying, he's competing, he is giving his all for Tennessee. Yeah, I'm not happy with it. I don't like it. But when you don't show effort, I can't deal with that. I would move on. If Hendon Hooker can't go on Saturday, it's time to see what Harrison Bailey can do. Hopefully, for this football team's sake, Hendon Hooker is going to be okay. A lot of people saying maybe it's just a hamstring injury. I hope so. This team needs Hendon Hooker. I still think regardless, either way, no matter who's out there, I think Tennessee is going to be able to beat South Alabama and Vanderbilt, get to 6 wins. That was the goal. But we'll see what Josh Heupel chooses to do. I would not be surprised at all to see him trot Joe Milton out there. What does that do to this football team? What does it do to their chemistry? Several players on the field when Joe Milton elected to trot out of bounds with zeros on the clock and the game on the line instead of, we all know you put the ball up in the air, but if he chose to run, make a cutback, man, hit somebody. He's probably, when you going back and watching the replay, he's probably going to get lit up if he cuts back inside. But you gave this team no chance to win by choosing to walk out of bounds. I cannot tolerate that. And several players on the field of play were visibly upset with Joe Milton and his decision to trot out of bounds. So where does the chemistry of this team go if Josh Heupel chooses to start Joe Milton against Alabama on Saturday? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I think most of you are going to be in agreement with this. Again, tell it like it is. Keep it real. Give our opinions. Try not to rip too much specifically on kids, but I cannot tolerate a lack of effort. Period. Leave me a comment. Let me know, who do you think Josh Heupel should roll out there on Saturday? Would you give the kid a chance? Harrison Bailey, obviously the biggest concern for me is him holding on to the ball too long. We've seen Hendon Hooker do that as well, but Harrison Bailey does not have the mobility of Hendon Hooker, and you're going to have one of the best pass rushers in the league at Alabama coming after you on Saturday. Patchwork offensive line. Be a tough go if he sends Harrison Bailey out there, but we'll see what happens. That's going to wrap it up for this video. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, you can pick up the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/TalkinValls, any and all sport. Greatly appreciated. We got several different styles. Again, you can pick your color, different, whatever you want, hoodies, T-shirts, 3/4 sleeve baseball. We got the flat bill hats. But like I said, any and all support is greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out the scouting report. Going to be coming either later tonight or early tomorrow. And then join us for Talkin' VAWLS live on Tuesday night. I'm sure we'll be recapping all the events. Dauber was live in attendance at the game at Neyland Stadium, so we'll get his viewpoint on what went down, kind of recap some of that. But that's it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
How like me, poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.